right? So I like to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So Matthew 24:15, it says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away." Right? Real quick, when it's talking about heaven, it's talking about the rulership. When it's talking about earth, it's talking about the inhabitants. Now you could go into Isaiah the 65th chapter or in Revelations, where it tells you that the Lord's going to bring a new heavens and a new earth, right? So you also can go into I forget the book, chapter, and verse, but the scriptures tell you that the earth abideth forever. So we know it's not talking about the physical earth where people dwell. We know it's not talking about the heavens where Yahweh, who you inwardly call God, and Yahushua, who you inwardly call Jesus. We know it's not talking about where they are dwelling, right? So let me read that back. Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but words shall not pass away, right? Because if you go into Deuteronomy, what is that? Deuteronomy, I forget where it's at exactly, but the scriptures tell you that there's three heavens, right? You got the heavens of where the Lord dwell. You got the heavens where you got the stars, moon, sky, the firmament, right? And then you got heavens, which is rulership. So we know the firmament is not going to pass away. We know where Yahweh and Yahushua dwell is not going to pass away. So what it's talking about when it's talking about heaven, it's talking about rulership. I believe that's a limitation where it says that Israel fell from heaven, right? So we understand that it's talking about the rulership that's here on earth. I think that's Lamentation of the 7th chapter, if I'm not wrong, right? When it talks about Lucifer falling from heaven, it was talking about the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar falling from what? Rulership. So we know it's talking about rulership. When it talks about the passing away of the earth, we know it's talking about the inhabitants of the earth. So it's like, if you don't have the breakdowns and you ain't studying, and the Spirit's not on you to go into this research and do some studying and do some reading, you're not going to get it, man. You're going to really believe that the heavens where the Lord dwell and the earth where we dwelling in is going to really pass away, right? But with the lack of the scripture says the world shall pass away. So is that going into the earth passing away too? No, that's going into an age. If you actually go into that Greek word world, depending on the context of the scripture, right? That word world, the world passing away, is going into Esau's rulership, an age, right? So it's talking about an age that's going to pass away, and an age of Esau is going to be done away with, man. Right? So you got to get some understanding in this thing, man. So going into verse 36, it says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven." Right? Because we don't know when the destruction is going to actually come. We don't have a time. We don't have a date stamp, a time frame on when the Lord is going to bring the destruction to this place. We can only measure the times because, the Lord said, these are the signs that you shall begin to see. Going into, again, Matthew 24:6. So we can only pay attention to the signs and see that we're inching closer to the end of Esau's rulership and to the and coming into the rulership of Yahushua, right here on earth. So we don't know the time, man. You don't even know when your ass is gonna die. And the scriptures tell you that in Ecclesiastes, right? It says, as the fishes are taken away in the sea, no man knoweth his time. So if we don't know when we gonna pass away, how the hell we gonna know the day and the day the Lord's gonna return on the earth? So we're not right? We're not what's them people called the Mayans, right? We're not the Mayans, and the Mayans don't get it right either, right? Because no man knoweth, man. No man knoweth the time. No man knoweth when the Lord's gonna make his return. No man knoweth when the Lord's gonna crack the clouds and come with his glory. No man knoweth, right? Not even the Lord himself, not even Yahushua himself. So it says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So Yahweh is the only one that knows when he's gonna send his son on the earth. Of course he would know, man. Right? Because all these things were done by his word. All these things were done from the beginning to the end, were done by the words of Yahweh. Simple as that. So Yahweh knoweth the time. Yahweh knows when that last second is going to come in, when he's going to sing Yahweh. Yahushua Salakia. Yahushua. So it says, but as the days of Noah, and this is where this is the point on what I wanted to get. Right? So it says, but as the days of Noe were, Noe going into Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? Because in that day, the only ones that knew of the coming of the flood was Noah in that day. And Noah built the ark and put his sons and his daughters in there, and two of every kind of creature, right? And then when that raindrop came in, right, the people started freaking out. They wanted to get on the ark as well, but it was too late. So it's gonna be just in that day, just as that day was, is gonna be the day that Yahushua returned, right? These people, mainly you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the majority of you're not gonna be prepared for the day of the Lord's coming. You're not getting ready for his coming. You're not getting ready to be delivered. Why? Because your minds are stuck on becoming better in this society, in America, right? Becoming rich, becoming famous, right? Trying to live life, that YOLO spirit. You only live life once. That's bugged out. Because why? You don't have any understanding. You don't have any understanding. If you have understanding of reincarnation, then you will understand that you don't only live once. You're repeating a cycle. Just as rain falls from the sky, right? And the sun burns up the water and creates a gas, and that gas goes into the sky and creates rain, and rain drops again. That's the cycle of life, man. And until the new heavens and earth is implemented upon the world, that's going to be the cycle of life for now, right? But in the kingdom, that's not going to be the cycle of life for Israelites, because we're gonna be able to live an everlasting life, live right, everlasting, which means we're not going to die. So again, it says, for as in the days, Salakia, it says, but as the days of Noe were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? Because in that day, there's going to be much death. Right? The Lord is going to beam up. He's going to beam up the elect, which is according to the scriptures, because in Thessalonians said they shall be called up. Right? So you're going to be called up into them chariots that dwell, right, within within the clouds, or a dimension that we cannot see. Right? This is just what it is. So you're going to be called up into the heavens. While the rest of you, right, a lot of you are going to die, and then the rest of you are going to go into captivity. This is what the future is set for. right? This is what the future is set for, regardless of whether or not you like it or not. This is what's prophesied. So as in the days of Noe were, so shall the son of the man be. It's not going to be peaceful, man. Yahweh Shai, who you call Jesus, he's not returning to the earth to teach the word, to walk around and feed the sheep. That's happening by way of the prophets right now. And that's happening by other camps. That's happening by many other camps too. Right? Where the Lord have the word being spread around by many camps. Right? Now you got some camps that don't teach 100% truth. But what they teaching is that the Lord is coming back and Israel is going to be delivered, which is prophesied in the scriptures. So it says, but as the days of Noe were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. It says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving into marriage, right? Until the day that Noe entered into the ark. Hey, so that's what's about to happen, man. So when those nukes get shot up, right? A lot of you people are going to be down here, and you're going to burn up, man. You're going to burn up because you're not preparing yourself, right, for the coming of Yahweh Shai. You're not preparing yourself for the coming of Yahweh Shai. And how do you prepare yourself for the coming of Yahweh Shai? Well, hey, the Lord said you gotta do my will. You gotta do my works. Right? That means rehearsing the righteous acts. Right? Rehearsing the righteous acts. Believing in his son, Yahweh Shai. Right? And if the Spirit is on you, going out into the highways and byways and teaching. Because the Lord is making his comeback real soon. He's making his comeback real soon. We're paying attention to the times. We're seeing what's going on. You got these nations are prepared to go to war. And you got some nations that are at war right now. You had an article that came out. Matter of fact, let me just grab a little bit of it real quick. And then we can end it. Russia. It says this article right here. Russia vows to respond if U.S. sends nuclear weapons. Right. So it says Russia has vowed to respond should the U.S. Station nuclear weapons in Britain. The warning was issued by Gandhi Gatilov. Gandhi Gatilov, Salaki, if I'm saying that wrong. Moscow permanent representative. Salaki, I'm driving right now. It says the warning was issued by Gandhi Gatilov, Moscow permanent representative to the UN on the state TV channel Russia's 24 news agency RIA Novosta, something like that, reported on Monday. So Russia said they vow to respond if the US send missiles to Britain, man. Nuclear weapons to Britain. Right? More likely to store for better for a faster response if need be, man. So hey, this tensions are at an all-time high right now, man. With nuclear war, a nuclear response, right? So hey, man, like the scripture says, like in the days of Noe were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So if you're not preparing yourself for the coming of the Son of Man, you're going to get caught up in all this hell that's about to come to the earth. But I'm going to end it from there and say, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahushua, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash, double unto the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work. In truth and sincerity, I like to say Shalom.